So we are talking about form level validations, right? So how can we do the form level validations? That is what we have seen in the previous class also. So form validations we have seen in the previous class also. Like we'll try to see some more validations related with the some more validations, form level validations using a JavaScript, right? So here, now what we are doing is in this example, so we are trying to check whether input password, is it input password and username, okay? So what you are doing is you are checking whether username is entered or not, okay? Whether username is entered or not, whether password is length is less than 6, then you are trying to display one alert saying that password must have at least how many characters? 6 characters. So let us see how to create this login and how to verify whether name is entered or password is entered. But here we are trying to do this validations by using what? JavaScript. Okay, rather than using HTML5. So there is a form. And what is the name of this form here? Form 1. And within this form, I'm trying to input two things. One is username. I'm trying to input two things here. One is username and so one more value. What I'm trying to input is password. So input type equal to which one here? Password. So two input fields are there. One is a T1. So you can give name of this. What is the name of this here? User. And what is the name of this here? Password, right? So there are two input fields are there. One is a username and one more is a password, right? Okay, right now where you are trying to input username as well as password, you are trying to input two values here. One is a username and one more is a password. So you are trying to input two values. One is username and one more is which one? Password. You are trying to input two values. Okay, so where suppose username should not be empty and password length should not be less than 6 characters. Username should not be empty and password length should not be less than 6 characters. Then how you are verifying this? So first you have to read the values. So when you click on this submit button, what will happen on submit? This is an event, right? On submit, one function is called. And what is the name of the function? It's called here function 1. On submit, it will call one function and the name of the function it calls is function 1. So I'm writing the function 1 and within the function 1, I'm trying to verify is it username is input or not, right? So first I should read the value of user. So let user equal to document dot. So from this you can directly read the element called which one? Form 1. Okay, document dot. I can use form 1, right? Document dot form 1. So what is the name of the form? Form 1 dot. I can read. So what I'm reading? User dot. What I'm reading? Value. Now next I'm reading the value of which one? Password. Saying document dot. Okay, what I said? Form 1 dot password dot value. So I try to read the value of username. I'll try to read the value of password. I try to read the value of username by saying document dot form1 dot document dot form1 dot. Okay, form1 dot user dot value document dot form1 dot password dot value. So after this, after this, what you are doing? You are trying to verify if user is if username equal to what? Empty. So I'm using a double equal operator here. If username is equal to empty, right? Username is empty, or you can say name equal to null. You can also check like this. Okay, name equal to which one? Null. Name equal to null. So if username is equal to empty, and if then if the username is equal to empty, or if user equal to which one? Null. If you are not enter anything, then what I am doing is I am trying to display one message by saying alert. Okay, so username. Okay, username should not be empty, right? Username should not be empty. So this is a message I displayed here. Username should not be empty. When if the username is empty and username equal to which one? Null. And after that, what I'm saying is I'm saying return false. Return false means is it this form is submitted or not submitted? Not submitted. Return false means is it this form is submitted or not submitted? Not submitted. When you return the value as what? False. In the same way, I'm checking one more condition. So what is the condition is if the length of the password, if the password length, I can check the password length because password is a string, right? So I'm saying password dot, okay, what is the attribute I'm using? Length is less than 6. If the password length is less than 6, even I'm trying to display the message saying that, okay, password length must be, what is that? Greater than, so greater than which one? 6. Greater than or equal to 6. Now this is one more, and immediately you return the value called which one? False. So when you say return false, now this function return success value or unsuccess value? Unsuccess value. In that case, is it this form is submitted or not submitted? Not submitted. Not submitted, right? Yes. So what you are doing first, you are reading the value of the user. See, what is document? Document is a root object. From the document, you are reading which element? Form element. So what is the name of the form here? Form1. What is the name of the form here? Form1. And from form1, from form1, you are trying to read the value of which element? User. See, document dot. So this form is there in the document. This user element is there in what? form. So it is in the form of hierarchy or not? Yes. See, this user is there in the form and form is there in what? Document. Document dot form one dot user dot value. Document dot form one dot password dot value. Then you are checking this. Now see, for example, I don't enter username and I click on submit. Username should not be empty, right? But I try to input username and if I say submit, now password length must be greater than 6. Then again I have to say, now this is username, but I enter password. How many characters I input? 2 characters. Now it is said password length must be greater than 60. 6. Right now I try to enter username. This is a username and this is what here? Password. Now this is submitted or not? Yes. Okay, now you can read the data from the form by using document dot form name dot element dot which one? Value. So this is a basic example where you are trying to do the validation by using which one? JavaScript. So you can use a JavaScript for doing input form validation because all the attributes are not provided by which one? HTML5. In a business logic, you cannot do it by using HTML5, right? You have to write some validations, you have to check. Some validations you have to check by using JavaScript and how to read and perform operation. So let us see one more example here. Now this is one case study. Okay. So this is one case study here. Okay, let us see this. First, in this example, there is one CSS file is there. So what I'm doing first is I'm creating one CSS file. This is for, so within CSS, I'm creating one CSS file. And what is the name of that CSS is some form style dot CSS. Okay, form style dot some styles dot CSS otherwise. Okay, styles dot CSS. This is external style sheet. And within this, try to define the styles. So all these are the styles, but I'll try to explain this. Okay, what exactly each and every style. Okay, I try to explain what is each style is. Okay, so there's a form. So these are some of the class selectors are there. Some of the tag selectors are there. Okay, so there is a body is a which selector, tag selector, element selector or tag selector. H2 is what again? Element selector. And form is what again? Element selector. Form is also element selector. Okay, form is which selector again? Element selector. Okay. So we'll divide this. Form is there. Within form, background color. So padding is defined and border is defined and margin is defined and border radius is defined. So H2 is an element and where text align is center and text decoration is what here? Underline. Body means within page, the size of the font will be how many pixels? 16 pixels. And the background color of the page is given. And this is a font family. Okay. This is a font family. And there is a label. And the label display is what here? Block. So block means what? Display is what? Block. Block means yes. Now label. So label and this is a color and this is a font size. And these are two selectors. One is input element and one more is which one? Select. Select is nothing but select is which element? Now display is what again? Block. So this is a width is given and border of the box is given and the radius is given, right? And there is a row selector, class selector it is. And there is a class selector called form inline. So there is a border is given and there is a padding is there, the border radius. So this is again class selector, form inline, and there is one more attribute. What is that? Input. So there is a class selector again, error, and there is an input element selector, submit button, and this is the font size, font weight, and this is a background color. So I'll try to explain you this. But this is what here styles.css. But this is external style sheet. This is what here external style sheet. But you are applying this to the HTML page. So font size is given for input type is what? Submit. This is style given to the input type is what? Submit. This is a style given to the input type equal to submit. Okay. This is the style which is given to the input type equal to submit. Okay. So margin top and there is a cursor. And this is input type submit. And what is the hover? Now when you move the cursor, it will change which one? Background color. So this is an event. So these styles you are applying to the elements of which one? Page. So what you are doing, you are creating one HTML page. So you are creating one HTML page. Yeah, I'll explain that. Okay, so this is now this is an HTML page. I'll explain this. This is an HTML page. But here you are trying to apply one style. You are applying external style. And what is that? Styles.css. What is that? Styles.css. So this is a big form because you are trying to input a lot of data in this. Now here, what you are doing is you are trying to use external style. So styles is, so where this is in CSS. In my web application, where this styles is available in which folder? CSS. But what is the name of the file? Styles dot which one? CSS is a file. But there are a number of functions for doing validations here. So number of functions are there. Okay. Now just see the output first, how it is. Now this is the application form here. So this is the application form where you enter the name and email address and mobile number, and this is a select, and this is a gender, right? And this is what your hobbies. Okay. Now when you move the cursor, is it background color of this button is changing or not? Yes. That is called as mouse hover, right? Let us see what styles you applied. Okay. See here. Now before moving into the JavaScript here, this is a JavaScript code, right? Then before moving into this, now form, what is the name of this form here? Contact form. But here we added which style sheet? Here we added which style sheet? External style sheet. How you link external style sheet? By using, okay, by using which one? Styles. Okay, link, okay, link and relative means relation. What is the relation of this file here? Style sheet. And you are giving a path by giving slash. In which folder it is there? In CSS folder. And what is the name of the file? Styles.css. Okay. Now this is styles.css. Okay. First thing is which one? Body. Okay. So just open this styles. Body is there. So what is the font size is given? Some 16 pixels are given, right? Font size and background color of the body and font family. Background color of the body and font family, right? So you can increase the font size. See, already font size is there or not? See, this is a font size. This is a font size of which one? Body. Okay, this is a font size. Now you want to increase the font size. You can increase the font size. Okay, body, font size. I've given how many pixels? 26 pixels. Is it font size is increased or not? Yes. Okay. So this is a style. Font size of which one? Body text. This is a font size of which one? Body text. And there is a background color of the body, right? It's a background color of the body, but what is the background color is given some color or not? Yes. If you want to change the background color of the body, you can change it. So just give the background color of the body. So I just write here background color as what? Cyan. As the background color of which one? Body. Not form. It's the background color of what? Body. Body means what? Web page. Body means what here? Web page. Okay. Yes. I keep the background color as it is. Now this is a background color of which one? Body. You can define the font. Now next is H2 is there. Next is H2 is there. So H2, header 2 is there. This is header 2, right? What is header 2 here? Application form. Header 2 is application form and you apply one style. Text align is what here? Center. And text decoration is what? Underline. Underline is there and this is center. Underline is there and it is what here? Center. Center of the form. Center of the form here. This is actually center of which one? Body. I mean page. Sorry. It is a center of which one? Page. Okay. Yes. After that, next is which one? Form selector. Now this is a form. This is a form, right? And this form is divided. This form is divided into a number of divisions. And each division is called as one row. But in the previous example, we tried to create a form using what? Table. In the previous example, what I used? Table. And I divided that into number of rows and columns. See, layout can be using divisions. Layout can be using what? Table, right? So here, in this case, each division is taken as one row. Each division is a row and which contain, it contain what? Number of, each division is a row which contain number of columns. Now you can see this is a first column and this is a second column here. So number of, see each one, see this is a division and this is a division. What is a, see form is divided into number of rows. Form is divided into a number of rows and each division contains some elements. What is the first element here? Full name. Okay, input type equal to text and name equal to which one? Name. And there is one more division. Class is error, ID is name error, and this division is empty, right? Why this division is empty? Because if you don't enter the name properly, then you are displaying which message? Error message. But where you are displaying the error message? Below this. So there is one more division is there here, but the division is contain any content? No. That division doesn't have any content. But when it will display that content is here, the content is displayed below this division or not? Yes. Okay, this division is actually empty. This division is what actually empty. Suppose if you don't enter, suppose I enter the name, but I don't enter email address, then within this division, you are displaying which message? Error message. Within this division, you are displaying which message? Error message. Error message. Displaying which message? Error message. Right? So this is a division. And what is the name of this class selector? Error. And what is the ID here? Name, error. So there is one more row. Email address. And input type equal to text and name equal to what? Email. Same. One more division. But this division is what here? Empty. There is one more division. Class row. Now mobile number. Type is a text and name equal to what? Mobile number. So all these input types are what? See, all these input types are what? Text. So text only. See, input type is a text, input type equal to text and input type equal to text. But you have to verify, is it email is a proper format or not? You have to verify, is it input email ID is proper format or not? Okay. You have to check email validation as well as which validation? Mobile validation, right? So within this division, how many elements are there? 3 elements are there. First element is what? Email address. Second element is what? Text. And third element is what? Yes. But is it all these divisions are inline or block? Block. Block means, will it display in the same line or in the new line? New line. Display block means same line or new line? New line. Yes. Block elements and inline elements. Okay. So block means not in the same line. Inline means what? Same line. Okay, same line. But here you are displaying each division in what? Next line. Because of that, in styles.css, what you said, width of the form is given 300. You can you increase the width of the form? Yes, I just given 500. So width of the form is increased or not? Yes. Width of the form is increased, right? So width of the form is given how much here? 300. Now form background color is defined. This is a form background color. Can you change the form background color or not? Yes, this is form background color. This is a form background color. So we change the background color of only form, right? Form background color. So I keep the form background color what here? As it is. Then padding is given. There is a space or not? Yes, there is a space. Okay, there is a space here. There is a space, and that space you can call it as which one? Padding. Okay. Suppose this is a left top, and this is what here? Right. Okay. Yes, border is given 1 pixel solid, and this is a color. So border is given, right? This is a border. Okay, now this is a border is given, and then margin is given 50 pixels and auto comma 0, 50 pixels. Now this margin is from where? Margin is always from where? Web page. Okay, margin is from web. Now I have given 20 pixels. 20 pixels. Top bottoms here. This is top margin. This is a top margin, and this is which one? Bottom margin. Suppose if I don't give the margin, I've given the margin, right? Margin is not defined. Is it margin is defined or not defined? Not defined, right? Margin is not defined. Margin is not defined. But I've given the margin as how many pixels? 50 pixels. Okay, then after that, so what is this? And border radius is given how many pixels here? 5 pixels, right? Then after that, you are trying to select one more element. What is this element here? Label. Where you are displaying the label, display labels in what? Block. Block means same line or in the new line? New line. And margin bottom is how many pixels are given? 5 pixels are given. Suppose I have not given the margin. Suppose margin bottom is given 0 pixels. I've given 0 pixels here. Margin bottom is given how many pixels? 10 pixels are given. So there is a margin is there or not? Yes. But margin bottom, see here, this is margin bottom. Suppose I am not given the margin bottom, I just given 0 pixels, but is it any margin is there here? No. So margin bottom I have given, so how many pixels are given? So a label, after label, how much space you want it? That is called as a margin bottom. So given how many pixels here? Some 5 pixels are given. Okay. So 5 pixels are, yeah, how many pixels are given here? 5 pixels. And then label I is there. I means which selector? I is a which selector? No, label is there, right? So there is a label. Label is there or not? Yes. Within the label, now what is this I here? Okay, label is there, and within this label, what is there here? I is nothing but child element or not? Yes. So this label is having one child element. What is that child element? Italic. What is that child element here? Italic. And it is displayed option or not? See here. This is option. There is label. See in the style. Label. Label I. I is nothing but which element? Child element. Child element of which one? Label. Immediate element. Now color is this one, and font size is given or not? Yes. If you see what is the font size of this, some color is given. Now you can change this color. Okay, you can change this color. I'm just giving this color as which one? Blue. Now this color is given what here? Blue. So label is a parent element, and immediate child element is what? Italic. So this is a default color is this is a default color is given, right? So that is a label I. Label I, font size. Right. So yes, labels are displayed what here? Block. And label, and what is the child element here? Italic. Now this child element color is given, and even which one? Font size is given. Then next one is 2 more selectors you have taken. One is input selector and there are 2 element selectors are there. One is input and one more is which one? Select. One is input and one more is what? Select. See here. This is a tag selector. Now tag or element selector. What is the first one here? Select. And what is the second one you have? Input. You are trying to style input as well as which one? Select. You are trying to style input as well as which one? Select. You are trying to style input as well as what? Select. Given which one? Border. Border is given for input or not? Yes. Border is given. What is the border width? Border width is given some 1 pixel. If I say 5 pixels, now border width is what now? 5 pixel. Okay, 5 pixel and solid. Color is given. If you want to give some other color, just define the color which you want to apply. Okay. So which color you want to apply, just define that color, right? So border is defined. Now this is which color? Border color. For which element here? Input element as well as which element? Select. Only for input and select. This is a element selector or not? Yes. You are given border for input as well as what? Select. Yes. And there is a padding is done. How much space you are giving? 10 pixels. That is left, top, right as well as what? Bottom. Okay now. Then display all this input and select elements should be displayed in what? Block. Block is there. See, block is there and one more is what? Inline. Suppose if I say inline, so but these elements are not inline elements, right? But these elements are default which elements? Alright, these elements are by default which elements? Block elements only. Okay, na? Yes. Now I change this width. Border width is given how many pixels? 1. Okay. So width is given, and what is the width of this input and select? 100%. 100% means the size of which one? Or the size of which one? Container. What is a container here? Form. What is a container here? Form. Okay. Size of the container. Container is having which one? Padding is there or not? Yes. There is a left, top, right, as well as what? Bottom. Right. So what is the width of this input field? The width of the input field is the width of which one? Form. Width of the input field is the width of which one? Form. And box sizing is defined. And border box. Box sizing is border box. Box sizing is border box means? No, see here. Box sizing means this is input box, right? What is the size of this up to which one? Border box. And border radius is given. How much here? 2 pixels. Okay. 2 pixels is given. Suppose if I remove this border box, I just remove this border box. Okay. Even though the size of this is up to what here? Border. But if you want to style this radius, border box, box sizing is border box. Means when you reduce it, okay, border box and border radius is given how many pixels? 2 pixels. Now you can change the radius. It means this border radius you can able to what here? Change it. Border radius you can able to change here. So I take this border radius as how many pixels? 10 pixels. But what is the default is given? 5. What is the default is given? 5. Then after that, which selector this is? Class selector. Each row should have a part. Each row should have how many spaces at the bottom? 10 pixels. Okay. Each row. This is which selector? Class selector. This is which selector? Class selector. Now there is a division is there. There is a division. See here. Division row. Now what is the space between this row? What is the space between these rows? What is the space between these rows? The space between these rows is given how many pixels here? 10 pixels. Okay. Now suppose this is a space which is there already here. So suppose each division, each one is one division, right? Each row is one division. Each row is one division, right? Suppose if you want to increase the space, bottom padding I have given 20. There is a space between the row or not? Yes. Okay. Now that you can call it as row spacing. That can be done by using which one? Padding bottom. Okay. Then form. Okay. Dot form inline. Form inline. What is this here? Form inline. Form inline. Border is given how many pixels? 1. So form class selector. There is a form, right? This is a form. What is the name of the form? What is the name of the form? Contact form. Okay. What is the name of the form? Contact form. And this is a method is a post. And this is the action is taken. And here, what you are doing? There is one selector here. What is the selector? Dot form inline. Border is given how many pixels? 1 pixel. Okay. Solid and padding is given and border is given. And dot form inline label. Form inline label as well as input. Now this is one more element. But there is form inline is there. There's a form inline. So dot form inline. So just search here. So this is a division class. Which one? Form inline. So this is one more form is there. And this is having a border or not? Yes. So inline means within this there is one more form is there. Within this there is one more form or one more division is there. and which is having sports, movies, and what is that? Music. But this you are displaying in what? Block or inline? Inline, not block. You are not displaying it as a block. You are displaying it as what? Inline. But how you do this styling now? Here, border is given and padding is given and border radius is 2 pixels. Now you can see display. Which block? Inline block. Width is auto. Padding is from padding right is how many pixels? 15 pixels at which side? Right side. Okay, now. So this is form inline label and form inline which one? Input. Form inline label is there and form. This is also gender is also form inline and hobbies is also form inline. And these are input. Form inline input. Form inline is which one? Parent. And label is which one? Child. Form inline is which one? Parent. And input is what here? Child. You are formatting which element? Label. You are formatting which element here? Input. Right? So display inline block and width is what? Auto. There is one more selector is there. What is it here? Class selector is which one? Error. Error is division or not? Yes. Error is a division. Division. What is this division here? Class which one? Error. This error. How you are formatting this? You want this text to be displayed in which color? Red color and font size is what? 90%. Then next, this is what? Tag. I mean input selector. I mean element selector only. But which element you are selecting? Input types. You have so many types, right? But I want to style only input whose type is which one? Submit. I want to style only input whose type equal to which one? Submit. So this is styling which button? Submit button. Font size is given. Font width is given. Background is given and background border color is defined. Box shadow is defined and color. Text color and this is margin top. Cursor is what? Pointer. So input type equal to submit. Hover means when you move cursor on this, you are changing which color? Background colors here. These are different styles which are applied to which one? This form. So this is how the form is created. Now this is which form here? Application form. Right? Yeah, just to try to understand how this application form is. Right? Okay. Then after that, so form name on submit, you are saying return valid form or you can just call a function called which one? Valid form. But here we are not submitting by any page. We are not submitting to what? Any page here. But action is, method is executed when you perform certain action. Now on submit, what you are calling, which function are you calling? Valid form. Valid form is a function here. Valid form is a function. So only one function. And what is the name of this function here? Valid form. Okay, valid form is a function. And here, first you are reading all the values. What you are reading? Document dot contact form dot name dot which one? Value. You are reading the value of email. You are reading the value of which one? Mobile. You are reading the value of which one? Country. You are reading the value of which one? Gender. So all these values are read and assigned to the variables like name, email, mobile, country, and one more is gender. Now hobbies is which type here? Array type. Because you may select one value or more than one value. Okay, variable checkboxes. Document dot get elements by name. Hobbies get elements by name. Get elements by name. What it will return? Get elements by name. What it returns? Array. It will return array of tag names or not? Yes. But this array of tag names, this will return not one value. This will return how many values? More than one value, right? Then what you are doing? You are checking first. Checkboxes means how many checkboxes should be selected at least? How many checkboxes should be selected at least? One. But actually this hobbies is compulsory or optional? See, hobbies is compulsory or optional? Optional. Hobbies is not compulsory. Suppose I enter the name, I enter email, I enter mobile number. Suppose this is a mobile number, and even I select the country, I said select the gender, but I don't select any. You enter all these details. Now displayed as an alert, right? But is it hobbies is selected or not selected? Not selected. But if it is selected, you should read the value of that or not? Yes. If it is selected, then you should read the value of it. Suppose I enter mail ID, enter the mobile number, I select the country and this one. And if I click on submit, it is selected which one? Hobby also. What is the hobby here? Sports. But how it is selected? It is selected by reading. See here, document dot get elements by name. See the HTML. In the HTML, all these checkboxes will have the same name or different name. See here, in this page, is it all the checkboxes will have the same name or different name? Same name. See here, name. What is the name here? Hobbies. What is the name here? Hobbies. What is the name here? Hobbies. Get elements by. What you are saying? Get elements by. What you are saying? Get elements by. How you are reading this? Get elements by what? Name. So will it read get elements by name? What is the name of the checkbox? Hobbies. Will it return this as one or array? Array. But having then you are saying variable I equal to 0 and I is less than checkbox is dot length. How many checkboxes are there? 3 are there. And I plus plus checkboxes of I dot checked. If it is checked, if checkboxes of I dot checked, then what you are doing? You are trying to read the value of that hobby and you are trying to add inside which one? Array. How can you add inside the array? I said already there is one method called which one? Push. Push is for adding or not? Yes. Suppose if it is selected which one? Sports. Then sports is checked or not? Yes. What is the value of this checkbox? Sports. What is the name of this checkbox? Hobbies. What is the name of this checkbox? Hobbies. But values. What is the value of this checkbox? Movies. What is the name of this checkbox? Hobbies only. What is the value of this checkbox? Music. But what is the name of this checkbox? Hobbies. It means this is one checkbox group. This is called as one checkbox group because it is having same name but with the multiple values. But you are checking it. Is it checkbox one is selected or not? If it is checked, then you are reading the value of that checkbox and you are adding into which one? Hobbies. Right? This is verifying. Which one? Is it reading the values of which one? Hobbies. For that, you declare one variable. What is the name of the variable is declared? Hobbies. This hobbies is one array or not? Yes. But every time you are reading, see this will return one array. Get elements by name. Get elements by name. Not get element by name. Get elements by name. So it will search for more than one element having same name or not. Yes. And that will return as one array. So is it checkboxes is one array or not? Yes. It is written how many checkboxes? 3. And every time you are reading with the help of what? Index. And you are checking it. Is it that checkbox is checked or not? If it is checked, you are reading the value of that checkbox and adding into which one? Hobbies. Then next one is now these are the variables here. Now here created some variables like suppose if name is selected, name is not selected, then you should display one error or not? Yes. If the email is not selected, then you should, yes. But what is initially values of all this? Initially, what is the values of all this? True. Initially, values of all this is what? True. Means entered. Okay. Entered. Right? Now you are saying if name is what? Empty. If the name is empty, then you are saying print error. What is a print error? Is a function. Print error is a function. This will receive which one? Element ID. And it also receive which message? Int message. See here. Now if a name is empty, you are saying print error. What is the element ID? Or what is the element ID? Name error. Name error. See, name error. What is name error here? Element ID. Name error. What is the name? What is the element ID? Name error. Within this name error, you have to display. Or within this name error, you have to display what? Text. Is it name error is one division or not? Yes. Inside this division, you are displaying the error message. And you are displaying the error message. Print error message. You are displaying the error message by saying document dot get element by ID. Element ID. What is the element ID in this case? Name error dot inner HTML equal to which one? Hint message. But what is the message you are sending to this? Please enter your name. Please enter your name, right? Then otherwise, name should be entered in which letters? Capital letters or what? Small letters. It can be entered either in capital letters or what? Small letters. But here, represented as which expression? Regular expression. Now, I said yesterday, like A to Z. A to Z means what here? All lowercase from A to Z. A to Z, it can be what? Uppercase. It can be lowercase or it can be what? Uppercase. It can begin with either lowercase or uppercase, but it is end with either lowercase or what? Uppercase. Plus means what here? One or more repetitions. One or more. It means these alphabets can be repeated either one time or more than one time. Now this is which expression? Regular expression. Then regular expression is a string. Regular expression is a string and you are testing it. What you are testing it? Is it this name is valid or not? Is it match with this pattern or not? Is it match with this pattern? For example, I enter the name as a 123, suppose. N123. Is it having only alphabets? No. Is having alphabets as well as what? Digits. Now you can see, please enter a valid name. It should contain only alphabets. Either it can be uppercase or it can be lowercase. Now, is it submitted or not? Yes. Okay, but it can be mixed case. Now I can give A, B, C. Now this is in uppercase and this is in what? Lowercase. Is it allowed or not allowed? Allowed. This is all because here you define the pattern as I want this should be in uppercase or what is that? Lowercase. But it may contain which one? Space character. That is \S means what here? Space character. So that can be one or more than one, right? So you are testing it. Is it this name match with this regular expression? Then if it is if it is equal to which one? False. If it is equal to false, see here. If it is equal to false, false equal to false, false equal to false. Or you can just write not equal to true, same thing, right? Name error, please enter valid name. Else, you are saying print error, name error, but just returning which one? Empty. And name error equal to which one? False. This is just checking whether input name is a valid or invalid. In the same way, you are trying to verify which address? Email address. Email address. If email address equal to what? Empty. Then you are saying, what is the element ID? Email error. And you are displaying within the element email error, you are displaying one message. What is the message? Please enter your email address. So what is this element ID? Email error. Is it this is one division or? Yes. And within this division, you are displaying one message. What is the message you are displaying? Please enter your email address. Okay. But otherwise, you have to enter email address. But email address should be in this format. Email address should be in this format. What is this format? \s @\s at the \dot and then \s. What is this here? \s. S means small s is space other than space characters. Other than which one? Space character, backslash S. Okay, now backslash S. This can be repeated how many times? Plus means what? One or more than one time. Then followed by which one? At the rate. And at the rate followed by which one? Backslash S. And that can be repeated how many times? One or more than one time. Then followed by which character? Dot. And followed by which one? Backslash S. That is again repeated how many times? One or more than one time. One or more than one time. Suppose I enter email ID 123 at the rate. Okay, at the rate 123.com. Is it this is allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Other than space character, everything is what? Allowed. Other than space character, either one or more than one. But if I say only ABC at the rate ABC, please enter a valid email address. Because what is the format is given? Backslash S. Plus means what? One or more repetitions followed by at the rate. And followed by which one? Backslash S. Backslash S means what here? Other than space character. Other than space characters. Space characters and plus means what here? One or more than one repetition. And you cannot write dot because there is a special meaning for which one? Dot. Backslash dot indicates what? Dot. Means you'll say Naresh at the rate. Naresh IT dot. Dot should be there, right? And this should be followed by dot and followed by .com, .in. But how many characters should be there after dot? At least. How many characters should be there? One character. That plus indicates what? One or more than one. One or more than one repetition. That is done using which character? Plus character. Right? So if it is a true, okay, if this is valid, then what will happen? If it is written false, test after testing, if it is written false, if doesn't match, then you are saying email error, please enter valid. Otherwise, is it any error message is displayed? No. So will that be empty or not? Yes, that division will be empty. Mobile number is there and mobile number validation. No, mobile number should not be empty, right? Mobile number should not be empty. If it is empty, then what is that element ID? Mobile error. And within that, you will display the message, please enter your mobile number. But when you enter mobile number, that mobile number should match. Mobile number should contain the digits, right? From where 1 to 9. Means it should start with 1 to 9. It should start with what? 1 to 9. Any digit. See, it should start with any digit from 1 to 9 and followed by any digit. Backslash D means what? Any digit, but that should be repeated how many times? 9 times. That should be repeated how many times here? 9 times. That should be repeated 9 times. So what is the maximum size here? 9. Right? Suppose enter full name, email, address is given, mobile number is given. Suppose first anyway, this is 1 digit and followed by 9. Total how many digits? 10 or 9 or 10 digits, right? Total how many digits? 10. Begin with 1 to 9 followed by how many digits? 9 digits. Okay. Suppose if I write 1, 2, 3, 4, then please enter a valid 10 digit mobile number. So I'll enter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 9. This is allowed or not allowed? Allowed. Right? Yes. So that is how you are trying to check. So if it is false, then it will display in mobile error division, please enter. Otherwise, error will be displayed or empty. Empty string is displayed. Empty. Within the division, is it error? Any error is displayed or empty? Empty. You have to empty. Why? Because you enter again. If it is invalid, you enter again. So previous error should be deleted or not? Yes. Previous error should be deleted means you have to make that division content as what? Empty. If you don't assign this empty, what will happen? Even though you enter, that error is still displayed. Even though you enter, still that error is what here displayed. Still error is displayed even though you enter. If you don't write what is that element empty, if you don't write empty string, still that this text will be displayed or not? Yes. Because of that, here there is a condition called which one? Else. This else mobile error is given which one? Space. Mobile error is given space, right? Backslash s means other than space characters here. Other than space characters. Backslash s means other than space characters. Other than space characters, that is called as backslash s. Okay, so first you are writing, okay, other than space character, and it can be alphabets or digits. How many times it should be repeated? More than one time. Followed by which character? At the rate. Then followed by which characters? Other than space characters. How many repetitions? One or more. Then followed by which one? Dot. Then after that, how many characters should be there? One or more than one. That is what you mean by plus here. That is the meaning of plus here. Okay? Right. So this is country. If country equal to select and print. Country equal to select means what is the default value of select? Select only. What is the default value of select here? Select. See here. What is the default value of select? Select. If the value of the country is what here? Select. If the value of country is what here? Select. If the value of country is a select. See here. Country equal to which one? Select. Means the value of country is select. Then you are saying please select the country. Else print error, country error. You are making it as what? Space. Means previous error you are deleting it. You read values of all these elements. See, all country is a variable. In the beginning, we read all the values from the form. See here. We read the values from name. We read the value of which one? Email. We read the value of which one? Mobile. We read the value of country. We read the value of gender. After reading values only, you can check the. After reading values only, then you can check what? Validations. Before reading values, you cannot do what? Validations here, right? So that is gender. Gender is there. You are checking, is it gender is empty? Is it gender is empty here, right? Gender, male, this one, if you don't select anything, but there is a default selection is there? No, there is no default selection. There's no default selection, right? Now this is one group. So when you read the value from this, it can be either true or false, right? So if the gender is equal to empty, if you are not selected anything, then it will ask, please enter, please select what? Gender. Otherwise, you are just printing empty message, right? Yes. Now you are just displaying one message. Now this is whatever data you entered, you just displayed that message, and even hobbies are read and then display as one alert, right? Yes, just to try to understand this. This is how you are checking validations at which side? Server side or client side? Client side validation. So client side validation, you can do it by using which one? JavaScript. Okay, now, right. This is a simple example, but just try to understand how to read and how to validate the things. So you may write either one function or you may write more than one function. You may write either one function or more than one function. Okay? Yes. So this is styles.css. In this HTML, use what? Styles.css. So this is styles.css is a file. So what is the content of this styles dot is? This one is a styles. Okay, right? Yeah. Now this is a which HTML application dot app dot app dot which one? HTML. So JavaScript is used for doing which validations? Form validations. So that is what I mean. Using JavaScript, yes, you can read the content of the web page and you can modify it, right? Then next, next we'll see how to handle the events, right? This is nothing but which handling here? Event handling. Okay. So how can you handle the events, right? This is nothing but which handling here? Event handling. So how to handle the events in JavaScript, right? How to handle the events. So this event handling is done. This event handling is done by using one architecture here. This event handling is done by using one architecture here. So what is it architecture it uses is, like there is one architecture it uses called some event, event delegation. It uses one architecture called event delegation what? Model. It uses one architecture called event delegation model, right? See, from Monday onwards, I'll be telling you some projects. Okay, now we'll do projects. Okay, so complete. Okay, we'll do one portfolio project using HTML and which one? CSS. Okay, now so one project using, maybe we'll try to see some two projects using HTML and which one? CSS. And one project is using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So where I'll be covering all the things what we learned till now. Okay, so total I'll try to explain how many things? 3 projects we'll see. Okay, now? Okay, from Monday onwards I'll explain this projects here. So 2 projects using HTML and CSS. One is using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Okay, now? Right. So this event handling is done by using, event handling is done by using which one? Event delegation model. So this is the architecture which it uses to handle which one? Events, right? Yeah. We'll also see, don't worry. I'm not saying JavaScript is over, right? Okay, we'll see JavaScript using which one? BOM. Browser object model. How to handle browser related operations using which one? JavaScript. Okay, now don't worry. We'll also see this. But I said, JavaScript is a very lengthy. Okay, now, but you have to know the things which is required for learning other things when you are moving towards which one? Angular. When you are moving towards which one? Node, right? So basic things of JavaScript is needed. Okay, if you don't know this basic, like how to write a function, how to create variables, how to create an array, what is a callback function? If you don't know these things, then understanding those things becomes what? Complex. So basic things you should know it to understand which one? Framework. Okay, na? But anyway, no problem. So the event handling is done event handling is done by using one architecture called which one? Event delegation model. See, when we are doing a project, right, I'll be covering again the things what we learn in HTML and what is it? CSS. So for you, it will become what? For you, it will become what? Revision. It will become revision for you. Okay, what we learn in HTML and CSS. Okay, now it will become a revision so that we can develop a simple web what do you call it as web site, right? A simple websites will develop it. Okay, what is this event delegation model? In event delegation model, 3 objects will be there. In event delegation model, how many objects will be there? 3 objects will be there. One is called as a event source. One is called as which one? Event source. And second one is a event listener. Event source will be there, and second one is event listener, and one more is a event object. Event listener, and one more is which one? Event object. So 3 components will be there for handling the events in which one? Java. So one is the event source will be there, and event listener will be there, and event object will be there. So here, now you try to add listeners. You try to add what? Listeners. To handle the events, you add some listeners, right? But how you add a listener? Suppose I think in the first class, we have taken one example where you have seen add a listener on click. Add listener, you add one listener. You say you add one, you said add a listener, and you'll say on click. On click is what? Event. On click is what? Event, right? On click is an event. You are adding that event to button. You are adding that event to a button by using one method called which one? Add a listener. Until unless you don't add a listener, okay, the listener cannot listen it. Suppose, assume that you take example of like student and assume that example of student and faculty is there. Suppose student listen the lecture given by which one? Faculty. But when he can listen, when student can listen the lecture of faculty? If student register with what? If student register with what? Faculty, then only student will listen the lecture of which one? Faculty. Getting on. So listen. So who is listening here? Student is listening the lecture of which one? Faculty. So this is nothing but which one? Adding listener or registering listener. Okay, you are adding one listener. You are adding listener to which one? Either button. You are adding a listener to which one? Either text field. You are adding the listener to what again? A checkbox or radio button or anything. You are adding a listener along with which one? Event. You are adding a listener along with which one? Event. Like the event can be what? On click on double click on, right? So these are called as which one? Events. But anyway, now not today. I don't explain this today. But in the next class, I'll explain. I didn't say callback. Callback functions. In nested functions, I said one function calls another function. Closers. Did I say closers? Huh? Closers, did I say closers in JavaScript, right? Because you don't read, you don't know. Huh? Just read that. Closers. I said closers are called callback functions. I said closers. I said about closers, right? Okay. You just check that. Closures. Okay. Yeah. So maybe next week we'll try to conclude, but before concluding, we'll just see some three applications, and then we'll see the rest of the things belongs to the JavaScript, and then we'll conclude it. Right. So today I'll stop it here, but Monday onwards, first I'll tell you this event listening and browser object model, and then we'll start one project. So Monday we'll start that. Next week completely we'll develop some 2-3 projects, so that you'll have the refresh for HTML and CSS as well as JavaScript, right? So now today I'll just stop it here, and Monday we'll continue this, right? Thank you. We'll stop it here today.